Good afternoon. My name is Wioleta Rydlewska. I am a student of Occupational Safety and Health Program at University of Alaska Anchorage. We are on the opening slide of my presentation, Learn Not to Burn. Today I will talk about the use of portable fire extinguishers. Watching this presentation will benefit you by gaining knowledge about how to use portable fire extinguishers in order to protect your life and property in case of a fire. On slide number 2 is my course overview. Today, first, I will tell you about different classes of fires and how to choose a proper type of fire extinguisher to put out these fires. Then I will show you how to inspect a portable fire extinguisher and how to use it in case of fire. Now we are on slide number 3. The knowledge about how to use a portable fire extinguisher is very important. To show that, I listed some statistical data about fires. According to National Fire Protection Association, in 2016, there were 1,342,000 fires in the United States that resulted in deaths of 3,390 people. A survey conducted by Fire Extinguishing Trades Association and Independent Fire Engineering and Distributors Association shows that 80% of fires can be extinguished by using fire extinguishers. On the slide number 4, I showed some regulations regarding usage and maintenance of fire extinguishers. First, OSHA regulations are listed under 29 CFR 1910 subpart L under the standard number of 1910.157, portable fire extinguishers. NFPA also developed some regulations regarding portable fire extinguishers, and they are listed under NFPA 10 Standard for Portable Fire Extinguishers. We are on slide number 5 now, and I would like to talk about different classes of fires. The first class is Class A. This is the class of fires that includes burning materials of wood, trash, paper, cloth, or plastic. And as an example, this is a magazine that can be burned and classified as Class A fire. Class B includes flammable liquids such as this gasoline, also flammable gases and different flammable liquids. Class C of fire includes the burning material of electrical equipment such as this computer here. Class D includes combustible metals such as titanium or magnesium, and a burning material for combustible metals D class fire may be this battery, for example. The last class, Class K, cooking oil and greases, includes burning materials of greases and different substances used in the kitchen. For example, this canola oil. Now we are on the slide number 6, and there is a first fire extinguisher type that I'd like to talk about, which is water and foam fire extinguisher. This fire extinguisher is used only for A-class fires only. To extinguish the fire, you cannot be further than 30 to 40 feet from the base of the fire, and the discharge time of this fire extinguisher type is up to 1 minute. Second type is on slide number 7, and it is carbon dioxide fire extinguisher type. This fire extinguisher may be used for Class B and Class C fires. To extinguish fires using carbon dioxide fire extinguisher, you have to be pretty close to the fire base. From 3 to 8 feet is the maximum effective range of this fire extinguisher. And the discharge time is only 8 to 30 seconds, so you have to extinguish it fast in order to be effective. The third type is on slide number 8. It is dry chemical fire extinguisher. It can be used for fires classes of A, B, and C. The maximum effective range of this fire extinguisher type is 5 to 20 feet. And the discharge time is maximum 8 to 25 seconds for 2.5 to 20 pounds of dry chemical inside the fire extinguisher. The type 4 is shown on the slide number 9, and it is dry powder fire extinguisher for class D fire only. To extinguish this type of fire with this type of fire extinguisher, you need to be maximum 6 to 8 feet away from the fire, and you have 28 seconds of discharge time for 30 pounds of extinguishing agent. The last type of fire extinguisher that I would like to talk about today is used for Class K fires and shown on slide number 10. It is the wet chemical fire extinguisher type. The maximum effective range of this fire extinguisher is 10 to 12 feet, and you have 40 seconds of discharge time for 1.5 gallons of material inside of this fire extinguisher. We are on slide number 11 now, and I would like to show you the components of portable fire extinguisher or an example of this dry chemical fire extinguisher. The biggest part of fire extinguisher is the body of fire extinguisher, which contains the extinguishing agent. On the body, we have data plate that shows us important information. First, how to use the fire extinguisher. Then, what types of fire can this fire extinguisher be used for. It also talks about the maintenance and what to do with the fire extinguisher after use, as well as shows us precautions and another important information about manufacture. Now we are moving up, and here is the carrying handle. Then we have a pressure gauge. We have discharge lever, and here we have discharge nozzle. We do not have the discharge hose, and this is safety pin and safety seal. Now we are moving to slide number 12, and I would like to tell you some information about the monthly inspection of fire extinguisher. Monthly inspection is recommended by NFPA, and during that inspection, first we need to make sure that our fire extinguisher is placed in the proper location. Then we have to make sure that it is visible and easy to access in case of fire. Then we need to ensure that safety seals and pin are still in place, they are not broken, because this may indicate that the fire extinguisher was already used. Next, we have to ensure that there is no physical damage to the fire extinguisher, that the nozzle is not leaking, there is no corrosion on it, so it's safe to use in case of fire. Another important thing is the pressure gauge. We need to look at it and make sure that the pressure pin is indicated, that the pressure is right to use. It's in the green spot on the gauge. And the last thing, we need to ensure that the fire extinguisher is full. In order to do that, we just need to weigh it in our hands. Let's move to slide number 13, where I would like to talk about the annual maintenance check required by OSHA. So we have to check our fire extinguishers annually, and we need to have a designated person to do so. Such person, during the maintenance check, checks the mechanical parts of fire extinguishers if they are in good condition, then checks the fire extinguishing agent and expellant gas. Such annual check must be recorded, and this record has to be kept for a year from performed maintenance check. We are on slide number 14 now, And before you start extinguishing the fire, please follow 3A's rule. First, activate the alarm system. Second, assist any people that need your help in evacuation. And then, as a third step, you can attempt to extinguishing the fire. Now we are moving to slide number 15. For the purpose and safety of this presentation, this orange spot will imitate our fire. While extinguishing the fire, first you need to pull the pin on the fire extinguisher. Then you need to aim at the base of the fire, and then you squeeze and sweep the fire extinguisher. Let's move to slide number 16, where I summarize the most important points of this presentation. First, I talked about 5 different classes of fires, class A, B, C, D, and K. Then, I talked about different types of fire extinguishers. After that, I shared information about monthly inspection of a portable fire extinguisher and the annual maintenance check required by OSHA. After that, I presented how to effectively use a portable fire extinguisher in fighting a fire. On slide number 17, I listed the sources that I used while developing this presentation. Thank you for your attention.